welcome back to another video. It's a month in review. Let me know your thoughts on this month in the comments down below. Like the video if you do, and subscribe if you're new as well on the sport. It's massively appreciated. Now, I did have to do a mammoth check to see if I've nabbed this idea off SHD. I went through all his videos, I see that he didn't do it, and then I looked at his recent members videos, and do go and be a member, I'll massively appreciate it. You know, it is worth it. You do get to watch his thoughts on the month as well as mine. But yeah, I had to do a massive check, and I found out that it's only members only, and he did it after I did a couple in the first few videos of my channel. The first month for me is always the hardest month in the season, because you're coming off a pre-season, which we didn't have the best of pre-seasons. We went over to Getafe, well, Alicante won it, and I get the point of going over there and, you know, nice weather and mixing with the players, getting them bedded in, but, you know, most of the players who went there know each other anyway. You know, we didn't get a lot of signings in for that Getafe game. You know, it felt a bit irrelevant. Last season, you know, you could tell why, but, you know, did we need to go over there? Could we have just gone, you know, somewhere more local for team bonding? You have your fitness, you have your new tactics. I think I counted 10 injuries so far this season. We probably had more. I probably missed out a couple of players, which is quite concerning. I mean, the players we are getting out injured, and the lack of options we've got in forward areas probably brought to the deadline day panic signings of two inexperienced players who, when they have had experience, haven't really done much in Tulloch. You know, really light in the midfield options as well when you have to play Oyogoki in midfield, and you know, there's some star players out. You know, I'd consider Oliver as a key member to his squad. I know he gets a lot of hate, but if we had him now, we'd be playing completely different, because Andy Cook's off it and injured. But there's a couple of strikers available on the free agent market. You know, and instead of playing Smith and Derbyshire, who are two similar players and offer very little at this moment in time, go and get Gary Medine, 33, but he'll offer you something different. He's an aerial threat, and he gives you something in the box, and he's a free agent, and he's recently been in the Championship, and I think he probably would be open to coming. You know, it's a big club. Yes, it's League Two, but he's guaranteed to start for a few months with injuries. You know, with Andy Cook being out, I think that'd be the ideal signing. You've got your new tactics to embed the new three at the back, the new players coming into a team, trying to, you know, get on the same wavelength, and that's always tough. When you look at Bolton, you look at Bristol Rovers, Stockport, I think Blackpool had a tough start. Recent years in League Two, you got some teams, loads of teams who have bad starts. I think results are almost irrelevant. Get good performances, and that's the concern, because we haven't had good performances. There's been a lot of criticism, more in-house criticism with Rupp outs, and I actually did a community poll on Stefan Rupp in or Stefan Rupp out. I think it was 79% in favour of Rupp out, which, you know, it goes to show the discontent to Rupp at the time. The only concerning thing I have with the Rupp out thing, and the only thing I'm disappointed with, is we're looking like Man United with the Glazers, aren't we now? Because I hear nothing about Rupp out anymore, and it needs to keep pushing. If you're up out, you're up out. You know, keep pushing for it. If you're up in, you're up in. You know, it don't really matter. But what does matter is that if you're that confident on something, keep pushing it. And you could say I haven't, you know, in my videos, but, you know, I wasn't saying it anyway. But, you know, if you're going to be vocal about it, keep doing it, and maybe we might get him out. But, you know, just saying it after one bad 3-0 defeat does come across like, you know, we just want it all rosy, don't we? But yeah, it was 79% in favour of Rupp out, and only 21% of Rupp in, and that were 28 votes. We've had Hughes out, and that's still going on. We also had, I mean, this is technically September, but it's relevant to the month. We've had an insider account, I forgot what they're called, saying that if Hughes is under pressure in the next couple of games, if the results don't go in the favour in the next couple of games, then they'll look for alternatives, which is a nothing story. It's got the reaction, but it's got people reacting with the comments and you know, that sort of thing. But it's absolutely not. No, I don't know why people have fallen for that. It's basically saying, if we lose our next 3 games, we might start looking in the area for managers. It don't mean we're looking for managers now, and if you know, it probably means if we lose our next 3 or 4 games, or don't win our next 3 or 4 games, we'll look for managers, and then Hughes might be gone in October, November. That's probably what it's saying. You know, it's not saying that if we lose on Saturday, Hughes is out. That's just never going to happen. I don't think he will be sacked this season anyway. I think we'd try and persist to get him until his contract runs down, and then start again in the summer like we tend to, because it'd probably have a big payout, so it wouldn't make sense to anyway. What went well in the month? I really struggled with this when I was doing my notes. I thought, what the bloody hell did go well for us this month? Because it hasn't been a particularly good month, has it? Only recently has it picked up, but I mean, I come up with we're still unbeaten at home, even though we've only played 2 home games, and we're in the 3rd round of the FA Cup for the first time since 2014-15 season against Middlesbrough. That's all I could think of. If you can think of anything else that went well this month, please let me know in the comments down below, because I really struggled with that. What went wrong? Where do I start with that? I mean, I've already touched on the 3 at the back. The lack of pace and creativity at the back and in the forward areas as well. When you're talking about creativity, we've only scored 4 league goals a season, which is an absolute joke. And when I get onto my monthly rewards at the back end of the video, when I talk about my goal of the month, how hard was that to pick from? And Cook's goalless and no cover for him. I've already talked about Gary Medine and getting in another striker and changing what we didn't need to. You know, that's a consistent theme from every City fan this season. You know, bringing in Oyegoke for Holiday, that didn't need to change. Going from a 3 at the back to a 4-2-3-1, that didn't need to change. And a few other areas as well in the team and in the setup of the squad that just didn't need to change. So let's get into monthly rewards then. If you've got any other rewards ideas, let me know in the comments down below, because I've only got 4. And I'm trying to think of others, but if you've got any other ones, it doesn't matter if it's funny, it doesn't matter if it's serious, you know, it could be the best moment on hashtag BCFC this month, or, you know, stupid things like that, or it could be like your goal of the month sort of things. I couldn't really think of anything other than goal of the month, my player of the month, your player of the month, and your most man of matches awarded. Now you're probably wondering, how does that work out? Now with the community tab and the player ratings, now some of you need to really get on with this now, because a couple of players haven't even been given a vote, and a couple of players have only had 1 vote throughout this month. So when I say do your player ratings, this is why, because in the monthly reviews we're going to go through every player's ratings, 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, 3 being the average. And we're going to come up with sort of an average. I mean, we'll probably get some accountants saying you've completely done your averages wrong, this is wrong. I've done it in my basic way of doing it. So for example, so multiply, you got a 4, a 3, a 1, a 3 and a 4. Your 3s are level, your 2 4s get you on to 4, won't line up to a 5 for 2 4s, so you're on your 4, and then you got a 1. So that drops back down to a 3. With my average of doing it, I did it with that. And for example, more of a easier one to understand is Cook. He got a 3, so you're level, you get your 2s. He got 2 2s this month, so he goes down to a 2. And then he got a 0, so that takes him down to a 1. I never put a 0 for Cook, but he goes down for a 1 this month. So we'll go on with Harry Lewis, and he got a 3 for this month. Dan Oyegoke got a 2 for this month. Matty Platt got a 3 for this month. Stubbs got a 3. Kelly got a 3. Gilead got a 3. Small got a 2. Python got a 4. Clark Odry got a 4. Cook got a 1. Rideout got a 2. Only played 2 games. These are the players now from Rideout onwards who have basically only come in for a game or 2 for this month. Richards has played 2 and got a 4 for this month. McDonald got a 3 for this month. Walker got a 4. Halliday got a 4. Osadebe got a 4. And Bobby Poynton got a 4 for this month. And also I must absolutely say that Accrington, Stanley and Crawley does not count for these player ratings, because I didn't put them on. Because I didn't either do them in my video, or I didn't do a video for it in the case of Accrington Stanley, which I won't do for future months. The players who got man of matches, Harry Lewis got 1, Pattinson got 1, Odra got 1, Walker got 1 and Bobby Poynton got 1, which meant I had to come up with some way how I can do it. So I just went with whoever got the highest percentage when they got man of match, and it was Alex Patterson, who got 92% of a vote, I think, against Colchester, which is just absolutely obscene. So the players with 4 who are up for grabs for your player of the month are Patterson, Odra and Walker, because they've started more than 2 games, and the others obviously being Poynton, Big Kev, Manny Osadebe and Brad Halliday, but they don't count. They've only come in for a couple of games, so I'm not counting them. So that means the player with your most man of matches was Alex Patterson with 92% of a vote. Your player of the month was also Alex Patterson, because again, they're all level, so I had to come up with a way of how to figure out how to give the the player of the month to players who all got 4. So I just put it down to whoever got the most 4s, but that won't stay the same, because what I'll do is next month's I will put in the community tab for you to vote for your player of the month the day before I do the video from the players who got the 4s, and then you can vote, and then I'll put it in the video who got the most votes for their player of the month. That's how that's going to work. And in my player of the month, I've got to give it to Patterson. You know, when I look at how he played, the impact he had on the squad, the difference he made, the goals he scored, highest goal scorer, and the overall presence of Patterson in that midfield, you know, it is unbelievable what he's done. And unfortunately, he's out for a couple of weeks, and he will be massively missed by everyone in that squad because he just pulls everyone together. Goal of the month also goes to Alex Patterson. There's no wonder why he's player of the month, is there? He's won every award. V Colchester gets it for me. One in behind Cook and Endell City, so it might have been first time, second time, low into a bottom right hand corner. I don't think keeper could have done too much about it. Great power strike from him. So please let me know if I've talked a load of drivel and rabbited on for too long. Let me know how I can improve, because I'm always looking to improve. Let me know any other monthly rewards that you want to see. Like I say, it doesn't matter what type of reward it is. Let me know your thoughts in the month in the comments down below of everything that went on in the month as well. Let me know if I missed anything out. Let me know your thoughts on each individual result. And what do you think about Mark Hughes? Is it time for him to drop the feet at the back for Grimsby at home? I will quickly go over the fixtures for this September month and predict what I should expect from a Bradford type side, and then realistically. So what do I expect from this month? So we've got Grimsby at home. I do expect to win at home. I think that's standing against a team that's going to come somewhere near mid-table. I expect that to be a win. Against Harrogate, I expect that to be a win. Again, a team who are going to be towards the bottom of the table throughout this season. It should be nothing less than a win. Newport, I'd be okay with a point. Again, Grimsby, I'd be okay with a point. I'm all right with 10 points from these 4 games. We've got 3 home games out of 4, and a point isn't bad. To drop 2 points isn't bad. And if it's against Grimsby or Newport, I don't care. But Harrogate and Walsall must wins for me. And Newport and Grimsby, I'll take a win from one of those and a point from one of those. But like I say, less than 10 points is, I won't say it's unacceptable, but it's very disappointing. And I'd have question marks on Hughes if he don't perform, if he don't get us to 10 points from this month. And realistically, we're probably not going to beat Harrogate. We won't be beating Grimsby because we're on Sky, so I'll probably say a point for that. Harrogate will probably draw as well, and Newport will probably be. I think we might beat Newport, and then we'll get a point against Walsall, so which isn't good enough, but that's probably what Bradford City will do. But it should be nothing less than 10, and I expect 12. Because when I talk about the next month in October, which I'm jumping the gun consistently here, it's the toughest month of the season for me. Tranmere away probably should be a win. Swindon, Wimbledon's going to be tough. Wrexham tough. MK Dons tough. And Sutton away is always a tough game. So a real tough month. And then after that, in the league, you've got Barrow and Notts County to follow on, and Accrington. So we've got a real tough run of fixtures after this month. So it's important that we get 12 points, really, because it puts us in a good position. So if we do slip up in October, November time, you know, we can recover from it. So let me know your thoughts on this month in the comments down below. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're new. It's massively, massively appreciated. Have a good one.